Good day and greetings from the Great White North. My name is Prickly Poo and welcome to day 249 of a year of change. And we are back into snacky mode. I have a new thing that I want to sort of share with you. This is something that we're going to sort of stay on track. I know that the past few times that I've been doing sort of a snack thing, it hasn't really been so much a snacking alternative as, we'll try this. This is a different vegetable and try this because these are the benefits. And we've sort of gotten away from this is really good to have as, an alternative to regular snacky things. So I sort of want to get back in on that, but I still want to stay on target. So, as I had mentioned during the weekend, or Monday, whatever day it was, I said that I wanted to try something because it's the first time I'd actually tried it, and it sort of fit in with what we were doing. And my nose is really itchy. All right, we're good. I won't slap myself in the face this time. So, this is how, we've all had, I'm going to bury the lead here. I'm going to start this out right. So, this is what I'm talking about. This, for any of you out there that have never had one before, is an actual passion fruit. You probably guessed from the title, I would hope. Anyway, this is actually a different variety than the kind that I had, than the kind that I tried earlier on last week. And these are just like the little purple ones, obviously. But there is another kind that I had originally tried, and it's a bit bigger, and there's a fairly long stem on it. The thing with these, when you're actually going in to buy them, these little purple ones, they still feel like wax fruit. Like, they don't feel real. They feel like they're hollow inside. But they have like a little bit of squeezy bit to them. The other ones that I tried, they were sort of a brown. It's like grenadilla or grenadilla. I would imagine grenadilla because it's a Spanish thing, I think. I don't know how to pronounce it. Anyway, those were just like little maracas. They felt completely empty when you first picked them up, and these sort of do as well. But the main reason is because aside from the really hard shell, which you think would have, it would be jam-packed like an orange, it's not actually compact like an orange. There's quite a lot of room in it. So that's what we're going to look at. Anyway, this is what it originally starts out as. And we've all had like passion fruit juice and juice mixes and stuff like that, or passion fruit flavored gum or all the other stuff, but I had never actually had a real passion fruit until last week. And I thought, it's oddly enough, you don't think of it until you actually decide to start trying it. You go, I don't know what it's like inside. I tried a pomelo, I think it's called a pomelo once, and couldn't figure out how to fucking eat the thing because it's just all just white flesh inside. But these are a little bit different. Ding. When you cut these open, I prepared one earlier. This is basically when you cut them open, and you just cut them open with a knife, I tried looking at it going, should I peel it? Should I segment it? As soon as you open it, no, you can't do that. They smell really, really strongly, in a good way. But they aren't all that appetizing to look at on the inside. This is what they look like on the inside. Like little batches of seedy, monstery, snotty mouth things. Hello. That didn't look right at all because it just kind of... Anyway, that's what they look like inside. So the skin itself, you can sort of see there, is really, really thin. And the seeds themselves are actually wrapped up in the, whatever you call it, pulp, I guess, the meat of things. And they are like little individual seeds in there. It has been open for a little bit. That's why it's a little dry. But you just scoop them out with a spoon and... Bob's your uncle, as they say. So when you're done, you have this little tiny empty shell. And that's what it looks like on the inside. So they sort of stay attached, the little red bits in there. This is for this one. The other one was similar, but this one sort of has a yellowish green tinge to it. The inside, actually, it's really weird because they smell really, really good. Like, it's just, as soon as you smell it, there's a really strong citrusy berry smell. It smells really good. They taste just like they smell. Tastes is good. And the main thing is, though, is that there's, it's a really strong, not sour, but citrus flavor to it. Like a super, super strong orange mixed with a little bit of lemon. They're really, really good. But the main reason why I sort of wanted to bring these up is because, nutrition-wise, they aren't like a magical fruit or anything like that, but they're very good for you. You get, I think, orange is sort of top the list at vitamin C. But just like any other fruit, there's not a whole lot to it, so you're going to get maybe 2 or 3 teaspoons out of this. But the main reason why I wanted to bring this up this week is because the seeds themselves are the actual edible part. And although you're going to get some juice and some pulp along with it, the main thing, I just stuck my thumb in it all the way, and now my thumb is sticky. When you're eating these, the main thing, oh, actually, you know what? I can squeeze a little bit out and go, there we go. There's a seed right there. It's wet. It's very wet, and there we go. There's a seed. Oh. Don't know if you can hear that. But you actually eat the seeds. That's the edible part of the plant. It's not the skin around it. There's sort of a pulpy, fleshy thing. But there's a lot of juice. But like the pomegranate that we saw, the main edible part are the seeds. So that's sort of why I wanted to bring this in this week. Because like the pomegranate, the seeds are where you're going to get the fiber. Oh, look at that, connected everywhere. Isn't that great? Because like pomegranate seeds or, passion fruit or kiwi, anything that has edible seeds, there's, a big chunk of fiber that you can get throughout the day, and it doesn't take much. With one of these, the amount of seeds that you're eating, it's insoluble fiber. We did talk about that before. So this isn't something that you're going to be able to just digest. Regular seeds and nuts and stuff like that will do the same thing. But for something like this, they're basically just going to sweep their way through. You're not going to really get any nutrition out of them. But the funny thing is, they aren't hard seeds. Like, even the pomegranate, the seeds themselves, they were crunchy, but you could tell it was a seed. These aren't. These, they sort of have the same texture, not the flavor, but the same texture as a peppercorn would, you would think. That just, it turns to powder immediately as soon as you start crunching on it. But in one of these little ones, I don't know if my math is correct because I've been trying to look this up and I see different numbers for, having just one passion fruit as compared to 100 grams. And I don't know if that means the whole fruit or if it's 100 grams of just the pulp, which is going to be nothing. But there's a fair chunk of fiber in there, something like 10 grams for each one. Now, we did talk about how we need somewhere between 30 and 40 grams. Roughly, I think it was 35 for men and something else for women. 30? We'll say 35. I think that's why I'm confused because we sort of averaged everything out. So if you had 3 or 4 of these, that's going to take care of your fiber for the day. Obviously, you're not going to do that. These are about $1 a piece. So they're fairly expensive. Though, you know what? Apples kind of are like that as well. About $1 a piece. So it's actually not too bad. I got these for 96 cents each, so I bought 3 of them. But I guess the thing with this is that, if you're a texture person, then similar to the pomegranate seeds, you're not probably going to be a big fan. If it's sort of I don't like little crunchy seedy bits. I do know someone who, although she likes fruit, she doesn't like seeds, so she can't eat strawberries. She can. She's just a whiny little brat, and she's a whiny little brat in her 40s that just says, I can't eat, that's disgusting. They're tiny little seeds. You should be fine. But if you're a texture person, they are crunchy, and they're kind of mixed in with the pulp, and the pulp is kind of runny. The pulp is a thing that you may have to sort of wrap your mind around. Because you go, oh, very fragrant. It smells really, really, really good. It smells like, passion fruit bubblegum, how you would imagine, real passion fruit. And it would taste so good. But the seed is nice and crunchy, but it's encased in this little ball of snot. And I know it's really unappetizing to tell you to start with, but it's just like, ugh. Sometimes you'll get them and they're like, the seeds are wrapped up in the pulp. But the pulp is also wrapped up in kind of a slime. But it's not like sticky, gooey, gross slime. It's very, very good. It's not all that. Obviously, when you're looking at it, that's not really appetizing to look at. Did you see that? Sorry. Ting. We'll try this one because it's not going to. There we go. It's a little bit better. So it's not all that appetizing when you look. I don't know why I'm going around it because you can certainly see. But yeah, it's just I could squeeze it again, but it's going to go everywhere. I don't want to do that. And my thumbs all wet. But, so if you're a texture person, then this might, cause some problems, but get through it. Trust me, it's very, very good. If you like citrus stuff, like apples and lemons and limes and things like that, then these are going to be really, really good. You're going to enjoy them. One thing I did a while back is when I tried mine, I bought some, and I actually just scooped it out, because again, you get very little. You only get 2, maybe 3 teaspoons worth of seeds into the little ones. and maybe 4 or 5 out of the other ones. But I mixed it in with, like, you do it with cereal or whatever you want. I actually had some cottage cheese, and I mixed everything in there. And textures are not a real big thing for me. Hello, I'm talking to people. Do you mind? It's very rude. Anyway, you wouldn't want this. Here, smell this. It's kind of, there you go. No, you don't like it. Good enough. Anyway, sorry. So I completely lost my train of thought. Cottage cheese. There we go. So, I mixed everything with the cottage cheese, and textures have never been a real big problem for me. So, it's not like I was like, oh, I gotta sort of choke this down. It's just, I enjoyed it. It was very good. It tasted good. The brown ones that I had, the inside of it was almost gray. So, and it didn't smell as strongly as these ones do. So, if you're going to start out, I would recommend starting out with the little tiny purple ones. And try to get one that's fairly firm. Like this one is a little kind of greenish, but the other one that I had was just almost a neon yellow. It was really, really bright orangey yellow. And it just, I mean, as soon as you open it up, you'll be able to smell it. So now I cut these in half with a knife, but you can just sort of, crack it almost like an egg for the brown ones. And then just sort of put your thumbs in and peel the whole thing open. And the whole thing just acts like a little bowl because the seeds are sort of stuck in there. But you don't have to scrape and scrape and scrape to get them out. It's not like a pumpkin. So it's very easy access. And as long as you have a spoon, you're good to go. I'd like to say, that it gives you a whole slew of vitamin C and iron and riboflavin and thiamine and caffeine and armament and all the other things. But all in all, it's just a citrus fruit. So nothing super special except for the seeds adding to your fiber intake for the day. And it's something a little bit different so that you can, you're not just having a bran muffin. You want something that's going to taste good. So if you're a fan of kiwi, then you're probably going to like these as well. Kiwi's another good thing. Anything that has a lot of seeds in it that you would eat, like the pomegranate, what else do we have? Pomegranate, kiwi, passion fruit. What other things would you have that you normally eat the seeds? I suppose strawberries would act the same way because they have seeds on the outside. So if you're looking for a good alternative for this and you don't want to just sort of go, I'm going to throw oats on this and I'm going to have shredded wheat over here. I'm going to have a dry pillowcase filled with twigs over here. We need to have stuff that we're going to enjoy while we're doing it because inevitably if you keep doing that, you're going to snap and you're going to kill everybody and eat cake. So this is a nice way to prevent killing everybody and eating cake. So give it a try though. I would recommend just trying it on its own first. Try a couple of the seeds, see if you like it, see if you like the flavor. If for no other reason, just to be able, when you first cut it open or when you first peel it, no, not peel it, because you can't really peel them. When you tear it open or when you cut it open for the first time, even with everything gone in it, the smell inside is incredible. And I know that sounds really weird. Smell. You can't really smell it. But, it'll hit you as soon as you open it. It fills the room that you're in. Well, that's a bit of an exaggeration. It will, if you go close, like about here, you'll smell it. This is empty and I can still smell it. So, it doesn't fill the room. That was really exaggerating. It smells really, really good. But anything that you've ever had that smelled like, like a spray or a gum or something that you go, oh, it's passion fruit. And there's always sort of like with gum or candy, there's always, lime doesn't really taste like lime and banana really doesn't taste like banana. But this is the first time that when you open up the passion fruit, when I ate it, it was immediate. Just, this tastes like the candy version of passion fruit. There was no difference in it whatsoever. It was really, I was going to say bright. God, it sounds like a douchebag wine tasting. It's very bright and there's many things going on with it. And it smells like chicory and oak with never precocious. Like, it's wine. It's rotten grapes. You're fine. Anyway, getting off topic there. But I would recommend just trying it plain and then sort of mix it in with whatever you want. But the main thing are the seeds. And where we're sort of doing the fiber thing, I really enjoy this. It's because they're crunchy, but they aren't like sunflower seeds. If you ever ate a sunflower seed with a shell on it, where it sort of fragments and splinters and stuff, this doesn't. It just turns into like an M&M, kind of like the candy shell. That's the sort of texture that you get from the seeds. There we go. The shell that you would get on like Smarties or M&Ms or not Skittles, or what's the other one? Reese's Pieces. God, I forgot the peanut butter one. The shell that you would have on that's the same texture as the seeds. Like, it just turns to powder immediately. but it doesn't linger. Like, you're not going to be picking it out of your teeth for half an hour afterwards. But it's something different, something very good. The first time I had tried it was this week by itself, and it's one of those that you definitely would want to try again. But where I've tried these now, start with the little purple ones. They are by far the best. They sound like they're hollow and plastic. It's really weird because they have that fake fruit feel to them. But well worth the $1 spending just for one. But you can buy 2 or 3 at a time. I think they're fairly high in calories. They're fairly dense. Calorie-wise, they're about the same as an apple. I think, again, trying to figure out the math on these is really tough because it'll say 100 grams or 1 passion fruit. But then it says, without refuse, and then those numbers are different. So you have to figure things out that way. But for safety, I would say roughly the same as an apple. A lot more fiber to it, probably 2.5 times as much fiber in it, and compacted in a tiny area as well. So it's pretty good. But try that. I really think that you're going to enjoy it, and especially if you like citrus stuff, then you'll be very, very glad that you did. But for right now, I'm going to leave this video here, so thank you very much for watching. If you liked it, please bump the like button for me, and in the meantime, keep yourself warm and fuzzy, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.